This week, Designing Minds features a rising star of graphic design, Julia Hoffmann. In the first of 3 episodes, Julia's early inspiration and experience lead to projects both subversive and sublime, like Jon Stewart's America the Book, and a new branding initiative from the Criterion Collection.
I'm Julia Hoffmann, and I'm on Designing Minds.
Someone in school told me, I had a goal. He said, you have to get as much press about you as possible because your goal is to get a green card, and the US government only is going to award you with this green card if you're going to be famous. And become famous, but that was my motivator, and don't think that PR is a bad thing.
I needed to learn how to speak English. So I went to university in London to study media studies. I felt like it was all theory and it was really dry, and I realized I needed to do something more practical, and so that's why I decided to switch to graphic design. My first job I got at Doll Partners. I was still in school and I just dropped off my book. They happened to like it and hired me. I always describe it as it was my master's program. Stephen really focuses on the crafts and on the concepts. I got this one-on-one critiques, which were great. Approximately 5 months, I got a phone call from Keith Daigle, who was Paula's associate partner at that time, and he said, Paula's designer just left, are you interested? So I said, yeah, of course, I'm coming. I just came back to the States and I vaguely knew about who Jon Stewart was, and I was like, wow, that's amazing.
That was challenging for me too, because, we don't learn in Germany that much about America, other than the whole thing with the Indians. So,
We met with Jon and 2 of his writers always, and it was a very collaborative process, and they were writing it while we were actually designing it.
They gave us these Word documents and we had to sort of interpret them visually. And so there were a lot of charts, so I learned how to visualize information in charts. It's a 240-page book, and I think 30% of it was charts.
It was a little tough because a joke works linear. You have to set up in the beginning and the punchline at the end. But graphic design doesn't work that way, because if you have a chart that is linear, it's really boring and not really that creative. So that was an ongoing struggle, and some of the charts are successful and some of them are not. The board game was interesting. We had to lay out this whole Word document that they gave to us, and it was weaving around like a traditional board game.
was really successful. It sold a lot of copies, and then there was a teacher's edition and a calendar.
They wanted to have an icon. Their logo was only the Criterion Collection, like tracked out like 20 points, like across the packaging, and wasn't really a logo. They came to us because they were planning to release a sub-brand called Eclipse, and they wanted to have these two logos go hand in hand. It's like a brother and a sister that look similar and have the same parents, but they're also their own brand. And it works really iconic as a mark on the packaging. Logos have to be as simple as possible, because if you explain to someone, well, there's this logo, or if you want to draw it, you should be able to draw it really easily. I mean, like the Nike swoosh, everybody can draw. I believe in simplicity.
Log on next week when Julia discovers her brightest ideas aren't always shared by clients and partners.